here live at the Marquee at the 12th with jazz artist extraordinaire Najee. How you doing, man?
Good,
Welcome
man.
back to Buffalo.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
I know you've been back here a few times. Talk to us about how the B-Lo treats you when you come through here.
Well, I love coming here. You know, it's been about 1.5 years since I've been here last, and every time I come here, it's a great audience. You know, we usually sell out the place, and it's just wonderful to be here. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like a second home, if you will. You know?
Well, I think anytime a jazz artist comes through here, it seems like the Marquee always sells out. Now, I know you've been in the business for quite a number of years.
Yes.
Talk to us about when you first got into the business and what made you want to get into the business.
But you know, at first it wasn't really a desire to be in the business as much as wanting to be an artist.
Okay.
And from that, you know, you get into it, and then it becomes a business for you.
Sure.
But it was really driven by a need to have something that expressed who I was at the time. And as a teenager, music seemed to offer me the escape I needed personally, and that led into becoming now a business, if you will. You know.
Okay, so I don't know. A lot of people might not be familiar. Exactly how many years have you been as a jazz artist?
Well, if I had to calculate, I started back in '70, I believe, as a youngster playing, and that evolved into becoming a solo artist. My first solo album came out in 1986, and you know, I've had quite a bit of success, 2 platinum and 4 gold albums out of it, and you know, still going strong.
All right, I'm glad to see you still going strong. By the way, when I first got here, I just found out recently that you got your start with Chaka Khan.
Well, that was one of the artists I played with. My brother and I both were in her band post Rufus, after when she went as a solo artist.
Okay.
And it was actually from that extension that I was able to get my first solo deal, artist deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure that being a jazz artist, you've had many great influences. There have been many legends of the jazz game, like Miles Davis. I could go on and on for days.
Right.
Talk to us about some of the people who influenced you to be a jazz artist.
Well, I mean, that's a long list, because there were teachers, you know, people that I was in personal contact with. You know, as a kid, I used to study at Jazzmobile with Jimmy Heath and Frank Foster, Frank West, who were members of the Ellington Orchestra and Count Basie Orchestra. And so I got exposed to a lot of people who were an inspiration, and understood what I was trying to do, you know. And you know, and then as my career developed, I started meeting more and more people. Grover was one of them, one of Buffalo, someone who came from Buffalo, you know.
So what was that relationship like with Grover Washington?
Well, it was a almost like a mentor, if you will. You know, he was someone who took the time to listen to what your concerns were, you know, and offered really sound advice in the business, you know. And just a good man who just, you know, wasn't selfish about what his time when he was around you. You know, he offered all he had to offer, and I'm always grateful to him for that, you know.
And the city of Buffalo is grateful to his influence as well.
Absolutely.
Now, I also understand that you handle a lot of your business, you and your brother, independently.
Yes.
Could you talk to us about being in the music business? What are the differences between handling your business independently and dealing with some of the major record labels?
Yes, well, you're never totally independent. You know, I mean, you have to depend on the industry in some way or another. But I think what you're saying is being able to control the direction of your career and how it's done, and have a say-so in what it is. We have a small label called Fan, which is my next CD, Believe, is being released on and being distributed by Sony. So it's really a partnership with ourselves and the industry, if you will. You know, but the benefit, of course, is as a label you operate, you know, with being able to make the decisions that affect how your career is going to end up. So thereby you're a business partner, and you're responsible for, you assume the risk involved as well. Okay. So, you know, it's a business, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know that. Now, you just said you have a new release. Now, is that out yet, or is that coming soon?
We're scheduled to release it, if I can finish by the end of June, we'll be releasing sometime in September.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah. It's the title of the album is called Believe, and we have BB Winans is doing a feature vocal on there. Roy Ayers, I heard from the other day, so he'll be playing some vibraphone on there. And it's pretty exciting. It's been 4 years since my last record, so I'm excited to finally release a new one.
So any other future projects in the works for your fans out there?
Always doing something. You know, I've been collaborating with Prince. You know, I've been touring with him off and on, so that's been, just did a project with him called Rainbow Children, which he released. So, you know, I stay busy. I mean, you know,
well, it's always good to be busy. Keeps the money in your pocket. All right. Lastly, we have many young up-and-coming artists
Yes.
with desires to get into the industry. From Najee's perspective, could you give them your idea of some advice for coming into the business, and what is your flavor for success?
I think dedication is probably the first thing. You know, dedication and eliminating as many distractions, things that are going to be harmful to your development. You know, obviously we know all the vices that come with the business, but I think if you can focus and stay away from those things, that's probably the best advice I can give. You know,
Okay.
and just follow your dream, because nobody sees it clearer than you can.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time out to talk with us.
Pleasure.